Welcome back to ReZero Anime Review, episode number 5. This is episodes 16 through 19. This pretty much mostly adapts pretty much book 6 and starts to adapt book 7. Yeah, this I thought was really weird, where the last episode adapts book 6, starts book 7. I have no idea why the series did this, but it did. It did the same thing for, believe it or not, book 8. Well, actually, for basically book 7, where so after that one starts book 8 for some reason. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, now in the case of what they did in book 6, it's pretty much like faithful to the book. Now, there's a couple different scenarios basically happen in this one. Like, after he comes back from his, I think this is like the third time he's died in this scenario. And he decides to first, like, try to convince Krusha about the witch's cult, but he doesn't have anything to offer in return. She says, yeah, I believe you, but you have nothing to offer, so I reject your offer. And he gets an argument basically of how, like, the witch's cult is coming, but they can't help him because he has nothing to back up his claim. So before he leaves, before he says, I hope he really become a heartless dictator who basically ignores the pleas of the weak. Yep, but don't worry, she doesn't remember any of that conversation because it's about the reset. So he contacts Otto again. Yeah, the second time is counted, despite the fact Otto, from his perspective, he has never counted before, so he hires him, Rem and him hire him to take him back to the manor. And on the way there, they run into the White Whale. Yes, the White Whale, where pretty much everybody's eliminated. Yeah, they all get like erased or whatever. Rem is like the first one. Like first is like guy with the bandana. I was like, there's nobody there. I have no idea what you're talking about. And then of course Rem dies. Supposedly, and then he gets back to the mansion, and Ram, who he thinks is Rem, and he mentions like that Rem died. She's like, who's Rem? And he blatantly points out, it's your sister. She's like, I don't have a sister. And then, of course, she points to that room. Nothing there. Amelia talks to Amelia. Yeah, remember that. It's not Emily, it's Amelia. My mistake. Yeah. So, he tells her basically, of course, she's upset with him for leaving the capital. And he basically explains what is actually going on. He tries to explain the death of return thing, but instead of like claiming him, it claims her for some reason. Yeah, in the book, it's never like, why in the world they decided to go for her and not him? Yeah, I thought this was kind of weird. Even the book, basically, this was odd. So, she ends up dying. Her crystal that contains Puck is like sliced a bit. Beatrice shows up. Yeah, her only appearance that she's made in these episodes so far. Yeah, her last appearance in the anime this is of course, I think this is episode number 17, I think it is. Her last appearance was in episode 11. Yeah, so it's been like 6 episodes. This is her only appearance so far. It's a brief little scene. She sends him away so it doesn't harm the manor. And then and then of course they get outside. Of course, Subaru really wants to die, so he can end this cycle. And he runs Portuguese again. Yep, and of course Todd Peppercorn is handing me up this character, and he gets really a lot more disgusting. Like, because he really goes like him with dying. Of course, he's like shocked the fact he sees his death hands. Then he proceeds to bite his own fingers off for some strange reason. Yeah, I have no idea why he did this for. And he starts bleeding like crazy. And then Puck shows up, goes to his apocalyptic beast form. Yeah, this is the second time he did this. He also did it in the previous scenario as well. And he ends up pretty much killing all the witch cultists, including Portuguese. Yeah, who does in a very bloody fashion. Like, really? Why? I don't know why the heck they couldn't just show this in shadow. Why the heck they show it almost gratuitous detail here? Where he's like losing his teeth and somehow Puck kills him. And then pretty much Puck kills Subaru for breaking his promises. And of course causing Emilia's death. So he kills her. So he kills him. And he wakes up. And he pretty much has Rem dragged across the city. And of course he tells how much of a worthless person he is. And of course Rem confesses she's in love with him. Yep. Of course, here's kind of the thing. She actually confessed this to him, not in the previous cycle before that one. It was two before that one. But for some reason, they changed the dialogue for some reason. Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd. Because in that second scenario, she did confess his feelings for him. She did mention he loved him, but she died. And this time, yeah. Of course, here's kind of the thing. It's a slightly different conversation because in the book, he says that he knows that she's in love with him. In the anime, it's like he's surprised, but it's not like he already knows because they actually don't have that particular moment because they changed the dialogue. But he tells her, yeah. But he says, but my heart belongs to Emilia. And she accepts that. She has no problem with it. Despite the fact she kind of feels rejected by her feelings for him, but she accepts it. Though there is something interesting I will discuss when I talk about the episode that came right after this one and what kind of idea Rim has about her relationship with Subaru and Emilia. By the way, Emilia doesn't appear in these next couple episodes, so after basically figuring out a way to negotiate better, so he meets with Cardigan to form an alliance in exchange for two things. Mining rights to this particular mineral in the Roswell lands, and a second thing, and this even made her servant basically very shocked. The time which the white whale will make an appearance. Yes, the time. And he shows off his cell phone. Yeah, because he did this previously before. Because Ram's like, what is this? He referred to as lost technology, despite the fact it really isn't. It's future technology. It's called a cell phone. Though it's a flip phone. Not a smartphone, a flip phone. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe because he can't afford it. He does explain that he's pretty much known for... He says he pretty much wasted his life. Yeah, as for what he did actually before he showed up here, I mean, aside from going to that store, nothing almost is... Apparently, he was a video game addict. He was a gamer, but nothing. Unlike the case of Kurosawa, where the main character became a shooter because his childhood friend rejected his love for her. Here, get nothing. Yeah, and also, and this is like the book series is never explained so far. Apparently, now, who brought him to this world, that has never been explained, or why he's in this world. He assumes it's to protect Emilia. That's what he assumes. But, as far as I know, I don't know if the series ever bothers to explain this later, but they so far have never explained why. Though, here's kind of thing that I forgot to mention when I talked about the third episode of Death Post 3. They cut out the mentioning of the witches cult. Yes, this episode actually is the first time they appear. Though when he has better negotiation with Koenig, he doesn't really bring up the witches cult at all. So, and of course, he happens to come across Anastasia and a businessman who associated first about the Merchants Guild, and basically form a big humongous alliance to take down the White Whale. And he basically chimes at a particular time because he knows exactly what time it shows up. And apparently, if I look at the clock they had, it looks like it shows up at 1:13 a.m. But it's military time. Yeah, I have no idea why, but... And of course, set an alarm. Of course, Rem basically... I love the fact they actually have him and Rem have a private conversation. On the way there, like, first they give him, like, a ground dragon. And, of course, he talks to the captain, which he met before at the meeting. Of course, Carter decided to volunteer to fight because she wants to. And then he meets up with the Cat Girls, which he had previously met with the second command in the previous scenario. And he remembers, hey, aren't you the second command? He's like, yeah, how did you know that? He's like, oh. Yeah, that's something he remembered from the previous scenario. Yep. So he looks like, oh, you two must be brother and sister. And that part is true. He actually, that was by pure guess. That was something he didn't know ahead of time. Unlike the whole thing of the girl being Anastasia second command, this was pure guess. And the brother is more, let's just say, not over the top like the sister is. We see the captain, basically, she assumes that he Of course, when he first met him, he basically assumed, right, that he works for Anastasia because of the symbol on his arm. And he's a demi-human. Okay. And apparently rides a giant wolf. Yep. And of course, the two let's say, cat people decide to ride little wolves, which is interesting, the fact to do that. They don't show Anastasia, probably because she doesn't want to participate in the fighting, but... And then, of course, they get to the point where he shows us, like, man, it's going to show up. And the alarm goes off, like, wait, where is the white whale? And you look at it, like, oh, there it is. Yep. And then, basically, Kurt is about to attack, and, of course, Subaru is like, Rem, go ahead. And, of course, she fires ice at the damn thing, and actually hits the white whale. And he proceeds to go after it, and Kurt is like, follow those fools! Okay, yeah, that was a great way to end the episode. And definitely looking forward to discussing the last 6 episodes of the season, because that was a damn good ending for an episode. An actual battle against a creature. Maybe they'll actually deal with the witch's cult later. Who knows? Yeah, and if I remember from the manga, prior to this particular battle, that's as far as I got with the manga, because for some reason the rest of the manga is not online for some reason. I have no idea why. Yeah, it's strange though that... On the 2 episodes I looked for, you had the first 29 chapters, despite the fact this 3rd chapter, which is called, I think it's like, Returns to Capital, I think it is, right? I can find it here. It is, I know it's called Chapter 3, because the Chapter 1 was basically, like, Life in New World. Chapter 2 is Waking the Mansion, which I haven't finished yet. Oh, it's The Truth of Zero, yes. Which, from what I can tell, probably covers this 3rd arc of the series, which is basically from books 4 through 9. Of course, the anime starts with episode 12 and wraps us up with episode 25. The first arc is pretty much like the first 3 episodes of the series. The second arc is 4 through 11. And right now we're on the 3rd arc of the series. Yep. But yeah, not much else to say about these episodes I can think of. But they're really good. Yeah, and also interesting though for these episodes, Amelia makes 1 appearance. Rem makes 1 appearance. Beatrice makes 1 appearance, but Roswell doesn't. Yeah, he's actually absent. After the first couple episodes of these sets that I reviewed so far, he is absent. As soon as she leaves the palace, he's mentioned a couple times. Apparently he's traveling. Yeah. Probably to help support Amelia. That's possible, but they don't really say exactly where he went, just that he's traveling. Yeah, but who knows, but I'll find out when I finish up books, when I watch the last 6 episodes of pretty much right now the season, because, well, season 2 is actually going to start in just a couple months. Because, like I said in episode 1, this second season was actually supposed to start last month, but it was delayed because of the virus. Yep, and all my series I review, basically currently about, I think it's 4 or 5. Let's see, it's 5. And currently, with the exception of 1, now, Case Closed, One Piece, Boruto, and Black Clover, they're currently all on hiatus because of the virus. How long? No idea. In the case of My Hero Academia, which is another series I regularly review, that apparently comes every couple weeks now. There probably will be a new episode this coming Sunday. Yeah. But in the case of what else to talk about for today, yeah, that's pretty much it for this review. As for if I can have more videos today, probably not. As in the case of tomorrow, I'll probably have about 1 video coming tomorrow, and I'll probably be the next part for Dragon Ball Z. Aside from that, I think maybe if I get a chance, I might do another ReZero anime review tomorrow. It's possible. But all depends on when I finish up book 9. When I get up to, okay? But yeah, that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for tomorrow for my review of Dragon Ball Z, because right now, for the arc I'm on right now, I have exactly 12 episodes left. So, hopefully it won't take too long to get through it. Okay? So, see you in the next video. Bye.